in Nueva York? India versus Nueva York. What you got?
I mean, I was living in a city, so I didn't see too many differences in terms of like the nightlife was pretty happening like it happens in New York. And I think like the only big difference is possibly like just the way people dress, because India as a country is still very conservative. So I think just that was a little different. I
Mm-hmm.
think people were just a lot more conservative than what I'm used to walking around in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing about it is you don't see people on streets wearing revealing clothes. But when you go to a club or you go to a bar in India, it's like you're back in New York. People are just wearing whatever. But if you just walk down the streets in India, I think people tend to be a little bit more conservative.
So I gotta ask. So it's one of those where, girl, what you wearing? Put some clothes on. No. I'm going to a club. Oh well, girl, then you need to slut that up. Come on, what do you do? It's like that kind of thing.
It's just like like I think like people in India just don't feel comfortable walking down the street a certain way. So like if you're going to a club, you're going in a car. So it's like you're like moving from your apartment to like the car to the club. So no one's really seeing you other than like in your apartment and in the club. But when you're walking down the street, you have too many people staring at you. So I feel like for that reason, girls tend to dress a lot more conservative when they're just walking down the street.
So it's not really a cultural thing. It's more a safety thing for
It
street harassment, basically.
Yes, it definitely is a lot more safety thing. But I'm not gonna say like everyone dresses like, like revealingly, but I'm just saying like when you go to a club, I felt like I was back in America. Like I didn't really see much of a difference.
Gotcha. Well, how is the attitude towards women there versus the attitude of women in New York from your experience?
I think like the attitude is, since I was in like a city, so I think like people are a lot more like I think they're a lot more open and they're not as narrow-minded.
Mm.
But I think if I were to have been, in a town or in a village, I think then they would be a little bit more like, oh, like, women shouldn't be working, they should be like at home type of a thing. But when you're in a city, like everyone, all the girls are working, all the girls have like their individual independent life.
Mm.
So yeah, I think the attitude towards women is it's like not it's definitely not as narrow-minded because I was in a city, but I'm sure if I was in a village, it would have been a different case. Like I'm sure it would have been like, oh, like now that you have like graduated college and are working, what else is left for you to do other than getting married? Like that's definitely an attitude. Like I would definitely be hearing that in India. Like every time I go to like someone's wedding, everyone's like, "When is your wedding going to be?" And I'm like, I'm still very young. Let's figure it out later."
So there's still a social pressure to hurry up and get married and all
But
that
I feel
stuff.
like the social pressure also exists for men because I think India in general is very like pro marriage and all about like getting like marriage, arranged marriages and everything. So I think the social pressure, even for a guy, like after he, graduates college and gets a job, so he's becoming more stable. And the moment he has this stability, families immediately start being like, all right, I think it's time for you to like look into getting married, start a family of your own.
Gotcha.
It must